Good morning, wife.
How are you feeling?
I've been in this hospital less than a week, and I'm already sick of hearing that every time I open my eyes.
I wasn't referring to your heart. I was referring to the hangover you must have after all the drinking you did last night.
Come in.
I'm glad to see you up and about.
Yeah, made a complete recovery. Thanks in part to your relentless search for a blood donor. You know, I don't know what surprises me more, the fact that Sonny agreed to the blood transfusion or your willingness to ask him for help.
Richie, I was never gonna let you die.
I have a feeling that there's a catch to this fatherly concern.
You knew there had to be.
Here we go.
Lemon?
House is beautiful.
Oh.
Yes, I'll take one,
No,
please.
thank you. You know, I had the whole place completely renovated.
Well, your contractor is wonderful.
He made the house functional, yes, but I'm hoping that the designer I just hired will make it feel more lived in. You know, I bought this place originally as a weekend retreat, but now that it looks like I may be spending some more time in Port Charles, I want to incorporate some of my things from Manhattan, my artwork and pictures. And, well, anyway, you're just going to have to come back when Chopin is finished and tell me what you think.
I will.
If you have time. I know you're very busy. I know you have a lot of clients. And I'm just wondering if you have too many clients or you might...
What are you asking me?
Alexis, I was hoping to retain your services.
Have the police turned up any more evidence that points to Anthony Zaccar as a killer?
Nothing forensic. There was a text message on the mayor's cell
What does that
phone.
say?
It wasn't Anthony.
That's it? I mean, that could mean anything. It wasn't Anthony who killed Letitia or Emily or who tried to strangle Carter.
Or it could mean absolutely nothing at all. It could be a fake to slow down the investigation.
You know what? I gotta tell you, I'm beginning to think Zaccar had nothing to do with Emily's death.
So am I. Which means that the real killer is still out there somewhere.
And targeting the women in my life, and I want to know why.
Well,
If you're waiting for an apology or some kind of sobriety pledge, you're gonna wait a long, long time.
I realize that you have an aversion to anything that might be considered good for you, but this is not the time to be digging in your heels.
Tracy, I agreed to the surgery. Don't make me regret it.
The surgery will do you no good if you don't have a complete lifestyle change.
I've lived my life on my terms. I won't stop now.
Your heart might.
Well, if my post-surgical ticker can't keep up with the rest of me, I'll die. A free and happy man.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. They're ready for you in the lab, Mr. Spencer.
Right. Happy to go.
Yeah. Here. Just get that for you.
Thank you.
Take it easy, baby.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right, really.
All right, easy does it, easy.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
We'll finish this later.
We have already finished this.
Do you know where I can find Luke? I was hoping to say hello.
ever answer your phone?
Huh?
I just got a text message from a random number asking if I've seen you, which means they probably tried to call you, and like always, you didn't answer.
I'm sorry, George. I think maybe I left my phone in the car.
Well, check your messages or something, Maxie. Somebody's obviously trying to get a hold of you.
Well, it was probably just the boutique. I was supposed to be there at 10. Have you seen my car keys?
No, but if I find them, can you drive me to campus?
I can't. I have to go to the police station and give a stupid statement about what happened with the black and white ball.
Were you supposed to do that last week?
Aha. I don't see why I have to do it at all. Everybody knows Anthony Zakar is the one who killed Emily.
What if he didn't?
Are we talking about the same guy here, the one who dragged me all over Windermere looking for a game room so he could play Russian roulette with me? If he was willing to kill me, of course he'd kill Emily. He's a nut job.
I'm not saying he isn't capable. I find it hard to believe that he's the person that strangled Emily.
And why is that?
Because Carly was being strangled by someone in the foyer around the same time that Zakara jumped off a building. He can't be in two places at once. What if Emily's killer is still out there?
I learned years ago to never get my hopes up where you're concerned. I'll chalk it up to one too many missed birthdays or a complete lack of love and support that I had to deal with my entire life.
Richard, the night of that ball, you almost died. Yeah. And it took that to make me realize how much I've alienated you and poisoned our relationship. And for that, I apologize and I regret it. But I cannot change the past. And I don't expect you to trust me or bond with me either.
Why go to all that trouble for nothing, huh?
I'm a hell of a father, aren't I? But I think that I've proven to you that I want no harm to come to you.
Yeah, well, seeing me at death's door may have sparked some sudden burst of paternal feeling, Dad, but I have no illusions about you. The only time that you have ever shown me any kind of attention is when I can be of some use to you. So what is it this time? What do you need from me, Dad?
Well, pin Emily Quartermain's death on Anthony Zakara and close the case. Be better for everybody if it goes down like that.
Kate, nothing would delight me more than to be your legal counsel because I respect you professionally and I'm enormously grateful to you for helping Christina get into that school. However, I'm uncomfortable taking you on as a client.
Wait,
now because of Diane.
Alexis, by no means am I calling in a favor. You would charge me whatever you would charge a regular client.
That's not what I'm talking about. It's Diane Miller. She was your attorney. She's excellent. She has a great reputation. She has many wins in the courtroom. Why are you looking for a new attorney?
Diane represented me at Sonny's request, and he keeps her on a generous retainer for any or all legal problems. But since Sonny is the one that I want to sue, it might pose a conflict of interest for Diane.
So what would this lawsuit entail, if you don't mind my asking?
Alexis, I'll leave that up to you. Sonny and I are at an impasse. I have made my feelings clear on the matter on several occasions, and he is refusing to respect my position. I want you to make Sonny understand that I am serious about keeping boundaries. He will not control my life like he controls everything else.
The only thing all these victims had in common was me. Letitia was my kid's nanny. Carly was my ex-wife. Emily and I were together for a little while. This has to be about revenge.
Letitia, maybe. I mean, I could see one of our enemies breaking into the house, killing her to send a message, but the problem is there's been no follow-up. There's no demands, no threats.
True, but what if the killer made a mistake? What if he went in to kill Carly and killed Letitia instead? And then went to the ball to finish the job?
That still doesn't explain Emily. I mean, if someone was doing this, Sonny, to torture you, don't you think they'd want you to see it? Yeah, no one knew that you were going to be at the ball. As far as Trevor and Zakara were concerned, that you died when that limo exploded in Puerto Rico.
But this all happened after I showed up.
I still don't buy that Emily's death is connected to you.
Emily and Letitia were strangled. Carly almost was. Do you think that was just a coincidence?
No, of course there's a pattern there. I'm just not sure it has anything to do with you.
Well, I can't take that chance. If this freak is out there going after all these women, Alexis or Kate could be next.
Luke just got taken for more tests. I don't know when he'll be back.
I don't mind waiting.
It Could be hours why waste a whole day. I'll tell him you were here.
That's okay. I brought him a note. Please see that he gets it.
Of course.
Dear Tracy, quit being so insecure. You can't keep Luke away from me forever.
Want to bet?
You picked a hell of a time to start acting like a spoiled schoolgirl.
Why don't you go haunt Monica? She could use the company.
How many times do I have to tell you, Tracy? I'm not a ghost.
Clearly, or you would be mourning Emily.
I am mourning Emily. And even more so, Monica, who's had to endure yet another loss.
Ellen, it's very sad. Maybe you should spend some time alone to process the grief.
I am sad, but not so debilitated as to point out that you are being selfish and to warn you, you're going to live to regret this.
Sonny, you know how Kate feels about guards. She wouldn't even let Max put a security system in her house.
Jason, I can respect that Kate wants her independence. She can live her own life all she wants. But she's gonna have to accept that our relationship together has made her a target. And I gotta do what I gotta do to protect her. The way you're looking at me, you think I'm wrong?
I agreed to stay out of Jake's life, so no one would make him a target because of me. I mean, that's the only way I know how to protect him.
Oh, so what you're saying is that you think that I should, what, just walk away from Kate?
She has to make that decision.
How can she? I mean, she doesn't really know the danger I've already brought down on her.
This is becoming quite a habit for you, Dad. Asking me to shut down an investigation and pin the crime on somebody else. If memory serves me, didn't you make a similar demand a few months ago when my nephew's nanny was found strangled to death on a living room floor? I think at the time you suggested that I find a homeless man and pin the murder on him. Should I save us both some time and just pin Letitia's murder on Anthony Zaccara as well?
Well, Anthony escaped his caretakers and my security detail, and then he went on a killing spree. So that indicates to me that he might have done it before.
Yeah, or it just means that Anthony is a perfect scapegoat. But then again, he's always been that, hasn't he? And now that he's paralyzed and locked in a home for the criminally insane, you can use him one more time to place the blame on him instead of the real killer.
What are you doing here? I thought you had to work this morning.
Well, I do, but thanks to Detective Harper, I'm gonna be late. He called my dad last night and told him that I hadn't given him my statement on what happened in the ballroom, and Mac went off on me. Said if I didn't come in here first thing this morning and tell Harper everything I knew, I was gonna be the one sitting in jail. Any idea how long this might take?
Well, the fastest way to get out of here is to say as little as possible. Better yet, claim you saw nothing at all.
Alexis, do you have me?
Hey, what's up?
I'm worried about Nicholas. I've tried calling him, but he's not answering. I mean, have you heard from him?
Yeah, I just spoke to him on his way to the airport. He's going to Zurich to see a specialist that Patrick recommended.
That's great. Maybe he's gonna finally get some answers to what's causing all these episodes.
It is great, and I'm really thankful because I thought that he would give up after Emily died.
Yeah, I'm sure he's been tempted.
So how are you? What's going on?
Well, it's been hard, not having Emily around to talk to, especially, about Elizabeth.
And now I thought you and Elizabeth were okay, that you had come to some sort of an understanding and that you were in a better place.
Elizabeth, we decided to put our differences aside so we could help Nicholas. The only thing that we have left between us is the boys.
How is wanting my husband to survive being selfish?
While Luke's death would be tragic, the thing that really terrifies you is being alone.
I happen to love my husband.
Then why don't you treasure that love and stop thinking that he's going to run off with the next woman that comes along?
Do you think I'm jealous? Ellen, I have long since accepted the fact that my husband is and probably always will be chronically unfaithful.
Then why were you in such a hurry for Sky to leave?
Because he's my husband, and I do not want him to spend the last moments he has with Sky.
What about Sky?
Mind if I come in?
Oh, yes, please. Have a seat.
Well, it looks like you jumped in with both feet into your work. Didn't the doctor say you should take it easy?
Well, thought of Scott Baldwin stepping in was incentive enough to get me out of bed and behind that desk. You know, I've been playing catch-up so much that I haven't had the chance to properly thank you.
For what?
Well, I don't know. All you did was keep me alive the night of the ball.
It's hardly heroic. All I did was sit vigil at her bedside.
I was in and out of consciousness most of the night, but when I did open my eyes, you were there. And that alone was proof enough.
What can I say? I knew eventually I'd be able to use your gratitude to my advantage.
Well, I'm afraid my father has the market cornered on that, so you're gonna have to try a different tact. Otherwise, you should just suck it up and let me thank you for all of your help.
If you want to show your gratitude, you find out who killed Emily.
Detective Harper has to interview all potential witnesses to see if their statements match. Just keep it simple. You'll be in and out here in no time.
Well, that should be easy considering I don't even really remember anything.
All right, but it's Harper's job to generate new leads. Don't let him try to trick you into saying something that you don't mean. All right, only answer the questions that are asked. Don't volunteer anything else.
Okay.
Thanks for coming in.
Not like I had a choice.
Standard procedure.
Well, it's a waste of time because I don't know anything about Emily's death. And if you don't believe me, ask my sister. I was with her the entire night except for a couple minutes when Anthony Zakar grabbed me.
Well, if that's true, why did Cadet Barrett say you were with him the entire evening?
So I can only assume that you're here at Sonny's request?
What you and Sonny do is your business. I just need to say to you that if you're involved in his life, you need to understand the danger that you are facing.
And there's no chance that you're exaggerating the so-called danger for Sonny's benefit.
I don't think I really have to. It's obvious that everyone knows that you and Sonny are involved. He bailed you out after you're arrested. He had his attorney represent you at the
As
trial,
he
right?
has for countless business associates.
Yeah, but the difference is none of them camped out all night in Sonny's hospital room while he was recovering.
Okay, what's your point, Jason?
Anybody who wants to get to Sonny is going to consider you a target. And by refusing guards or any type of protection, you're pretty much asking to get hurt or killed.
Take the men from the warehouse if you have to. I want everybody on this. Are you listening? Thank you. Okay, I'm sorry. Alexis, if you're here to complain about the extra guards, please don't bother. Because until we find out who killed Letitia or Emily, there's going to be extra security at your house, and you and the girls are going to have to just accept that. Now, I know you don't like it. It's not up for debate.
Actually, your men have been very discreet. Hardly even noticed that they've been there.
Okay.
And although I wish they didn't have to be there, I really do understand. That's not why I'm here.
Whatever it is, can we do it some other time? I got a lot of things that I got, situations that are very important that I have to deal with right now.
This won't take long.
What was that?
It's a formal notice that your stone wall is infringing on Kate Howard's property by 3 inches.
Come on. You gotta be kidding me.
No, she's very serious. In fact, she would like your offending wall torn down immediately. So you need to comply, or she'll see you in court.
They took Luke for tests ages ago. What's taking so long? Is something wrong?
No, the lab was backed up. I'm sure Luke is fine.
Then why do you look so concerned?
Because I heard you saying something about Sky to an apparently empty room. So, I assume that means you were talking to Alan. Monica told me about your hallucinations.
Monica exaggerates.
Well, in any case, I passed Sky a few minutes ago in the hall, and she said she's been by to see Luke several times, but somehow he never seems to get the message.
You know what? Luke needs rest. Not a constant stream of visitors. I'm surprised you don't know that.
Well, in my experience, a few visitors never hurt the healing process.
Bobby, come on. You and I both want the same thing. We want for Luke to get better. So I'm just trying to make that happen.
You're trying to make sure my brother doesn't leave you for a younger woman.
What younger woman are you referring to, Barbara Jean?
Never said I was with Maxie the entire night. Check my statement. I made it clear that I was not in the ballroom when she was grabbed by Zakara.
I've read your statement. Now I'd like to get Maxie's version of events. Privately. Have a seat. Okay, I want you to start at the beginning. Tell me everything that happened the night of Emily's death.
Okay, well, I was in the ballroom when the power went out, and Elizabeth went to go look for flashlights or candles or something. When she didn't come back, Coop offered to help Nicholas and Lucky look for her.
How long were they gone?
A while. I don't know. They all came back at different times. First Nicholas, then Coop.
Barrett mentioned what took him so long?
Heard gunfire. Wanted to check it out.
In the storm.
He is a cop.
No, he's a cadet. There is a difference.
Not as far as Coop's concerned. He heard gunfire and wanted to help.
Alone?
Well, that's the type of person Coop is. He cares about other people more than himself.
And was that the only time he left the ballroom?
No. When Tracy Quartermain fell down the stairs, Coop carried her up to the bedroom, and then he went around to make sure everybody else was okay.
Well, what you're saying then is that Cadet Barrett had no alibi for most of the night.
So, are you trying to scare me into ending my relationship with Sonny?
You should be scared. With everything that's going on, Sonny's enemies wouldn't think twice about using you to get to him.
And in your opinion, the only way for me to stay safe is to let Sonny protect me.
Kate, the danger is real. Now, how you decide to deal with it, that's up to you.
You're right. You're exactly right. It is my life, and I have no intention of letting Sonny control it, or anyone else for that
All we're
matter.
talking here is some guards for your protection.
But that is the first step of getting pulled into Sonny's life. I mean, when do I lose my identity completely, Jason? When do I go from being Kate Howard, the independent magazine editor, to some woman who dutifully leaves the room the moment the business is being discussed?
I'm just saying that if you don't have some type of protection, you could get killed.
Fine, I can pay for my own guards.
Yes, you can. And yes, you should. In fact, it's much better for you to rely on your own considerable resources than to depend on Sonny's questionable ones. Hi, Jason. It's nice to see you. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to ask you to leave because you're in violation of the spirit, if not the language, of the court order.
What court order?
The one that Kate asked me to file against Sonny.
This is a travesty.
It's ridiculous, taking me to court over 3 inches.
Why would Kate Howard retain Alexis Davis when I am more than capable of representing her?
Well, you are my lawyer, right?
And as your lawyer, I would have negotiated a swift and reasonable resolution that would benefit both parties. Now that Alexis is involved, this is going to get ugly.
I don't want it to get ugly, Diane.
Alexis is still nursing a grudge over the way I handled the Spencer divorce. She was outmaneuvered, pure and simple. Now she's trying to do everything she can to make me look bad, including poaching my clientele.
Diane, this has nothing to do with you. It's about me and Kate. What are you talking
Who
about?
Alexis thinks she is dealing with. But I'm not going to take that lying down. Don't you worry. I'm going to wipe the floor with her. And once I am done, Kate will undoubtedly see the error of her ways and want to make some small gesture of apology. You know, if I play my cards right, I might walk away with a pair of new designer shoes. Something smart and sassy. Some pumps. Maybe something strappy to go with my custom Nila Laurenti gown.
Diane, forget the shoes, will you? We need to focus. There is no way in hell I am gonna lose Kate over this.
All right. Now, is there anything else I can do for you today, Mr. Spencer?
You might try to find out who that younger woman was who tried to visit me earlier.
Okay, I'll ask around and I'll let you know. All right?
I think we should let Luke get some rest.
I think you should go, because I need to have a few minutes alone with my brother.
Luke's had a very long morning.
Spanky, I'm fine. Maybe my test results are back. Gee, I'd love to know what they are. Please don't start with the lectures, Barbara. I've had them from my wife and from every doctor on this staff.
Well, in case you haven't noticed, I have managed to show a surprising amount of restraint through all of this, which is no small feat considering the fact that you are not someone who is ever going to do the safe or the prudent thing.
It's not my style, baby.
And I wouldn't dream of asking you to change it. I just want to tell you how much I love you. Because you have been the one constant in my life. You are my big brother, and you have always been here for me. And I don't know what I would ever do if I lost you. And I hope I never have to find out.
Monica? When are you going to get Luke's test results?
I just got them, actually.
How's he doing?
He's very lucky to be alive. 3 massive coronaries. His heart cannot stand another one.
Well, that's why he's having the bypass. Dr. Julian thinks it's going to fix the problem, and he'll make a full recovery.
Well, Leo Julian is a good surgeon, but no surgery is without risk, so I'm going to scrub in and ensure that Luke gets the best possible care.
Monica, under ordinary circumstances, you would be my first choice. These are not ordinary circumstances.
Tracy, I am quite capable of doing my job.
Do it on someone else.
Judge Gates, good morning. Diane Miller. I'm fine, thank you. I have been reviewing the injunction filed by Alexis Davis on behalf of Kate Howard. Yes, Your Honor, the property dispute. Well, I'm hoping you have a little time for me this afternoon. My client would like me to file a counter complaint against Kate Howard.
On what grounds?
That would be perfect, Your Honor. I will see you then. Thank you. Kate Howard's property has become a hazard to my client's well-being, and his only protection is that stone wall which your client so callously wants torn down.
Why do you always have to go and make everything so difficult?
I'm not the one running around suing people over 3 inches of wall hang.
Can't you see that Kate just wants some boundaries emotionally and anything that applies to her property line?
Alexis, it's 3 inches.
Sonny, don't engage.
It's 3 inches.
This is a frivolous lawsuit only intended to get me back in court against Alexis.
For an otherwise formidable attorney, you have an unfortunate streak of narcissism. Not everything is about you.
You should examine your own motives before pursuing this matter in court and embarrassing yourself.
If you take this to court, he's going to get slapped with a significant amount of fines for infringing on my client's airspace by disregarding the property line. It's very simple.
Airspace? Airspace? If that's the best you've got, Kate Howard really is in trouble.
Got a message. Detective Harper want to see me?
Harper's out on a call. Have a seat, Morgan. I'll let him know you're here. Oh, Mr. Morgan, he's a very, very busy man. You don't want to keep him waiting.
I don't mind.
No, tell Harper to take his time. I got this. After you.
This is a bad idea, Lucky.
Why you trust me to raise your son but not ask you a few questions?
It's because of Jake this can't work. You can't be objective, and I can't let your hate for me interfere with finding whoever killed my sister.
You will be getting a visit from Monica shortly.
I prefer to get a visit from that younger woman you're so tight-lipped about. Go on, who was it?
No one important.
I'll be the judge of that. She was here to see me.
Well, no doubt she will be back again.
Ah, determined. I like that in a woman. And she obviously has great taste. So who would it be? Is it the tall blonde with the tattoos? Or is it my cute little petite brunette with the upturned nose and that...
Hold yourself back. It was Sky.
Why didn't you say so?
Because you're in no condition to waste your energy on Sky, just like Monica's in no condition to operate on you. I told her not to scrub in.
I know you want me to live, and I love you for that. But you can't control what happens on that operating table. No one can. So we'll just have to take what comes.
It's kind of zen for you, right?
Well, I've been studying. Doing yoga in my spare time, meditating. And I'm finding my center.
Well, perhaps if you spent just a little bit more energy toward getting better, you would have been out of here.
Your client is in clear violation of the property line. Here is the land survey from the developer's office.
This survey is over 30 years old. The wall in question is less than 4. You try to admit this into evidence, and I'll have it thrown out before you've even marked it.
If you don't like the survey, petition the court for a new one.
Oh, I plan to. One that takes into account all the renovations your client has made without the proper permits.
The contractor is responsible for the permit, not my client. It's not her responsibility if the contractor is negligent.
We'll leave that to a judge.
All righty then. In the meantime, my client would like the gate in between the two properties bricked up immediately.
Oh, out of the question. That gate is most definitely on Sonny's property. His to do with as he chooses.
Diane, can't you see what's going on here? Kate is just fighting for a little integrity. She wants some identity as an independent person. I thought you respected her.
My first priority is to my own client's needs. So you can take this back to Kate. Those shoes are fabulous.
Kate, don't you just love them? I do. Kate gave them to me in lieu of a retainer. Nila Lorente Originals.
Did you say Nila Lorente?
I did. That's what I said, yes.
You realize, of course, that this means war.
You're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, well, I just want to.
All communication is supposed to take place between our lawyers.
Well, our lawyers are busy communicating right now. And just so you know, you hurt Diane's feelings when you asked Alexis to represent you. That wasn't nice.
I was trying to keep Diane out of a compromising position.
There is an easier solution.
Oh, I'm not dropping the lawsuit.
It's 3 inches.
That are encroaching on my property. No, it is time for you to learn to respect boundaries, be it a wall or a simple request.
I'm not trying to control you. I want to keep you safe. And all I'm asking is let me.
Well, I have to say I was surprised to get your invitation. I didn't think we left the ball on the best of terms. So tell me, am I here to facilitate a reconciliation between you and your son?
Oh, Miss Quartermaine, this is the real world. Richard and I are never going to deal with each other any differently. But that's a sweet gesture. Can I get you a drink?
I'd rather have an answer. If I'm not here to help you reach out to your son, then why am I here?
On behalf of the Zakara family, I would like to make you an offer.
Let me guess. One I can't refuse?
And then his car killed Emily, and our investigation's gonna prove it.
You sound pretty confident.
Is that because of the evidence you have, or just the way you're making a point?
Zakara had the most motive out of anyone. He killed Emily to make a point. That man, he would have never laid eyes on Emily if it hadn't been for you.
You want me to be responsible for Emily's death? Would it be easier for you if I just went away altogether?
You know what? Why the hell do you think I was willing to continue to live this lie and pretend to be Jake's father? I don't want the violence that surrounds your life ever touching that little boy. I don't care what it takes. I'm gonna make damn sure what happened to Emily never comes near Jake.
Hey, it's Maxie. I'm gonna be later than I thought. I just spilled an entire cup of coffee down my shirt. I came home to change. Do you think you could stay and cover for me for a little bit, please? Thank you so much. I'll be there in 20 minutes, okay?